Larry Holder, Josh Katzenstein out here with you at the Saints facility. Day 4 of Saints training camp has ended, second day in a row in pads. And look, we saw a lot of running drills, which that's obviously what you do when you get the pads on. Some notable absences. We didn't see a lot of Cam Jordan, Alex Okafor, Cam Meredith. It seemed like those were just scheduled days off. Sean Payton alluded to as much. And honestly, Josh, today their practice wasn't as scorching, but I know yesterday was so bad that they did the walkthrough indoors. Yeah. So I think they are certainly trying to deal with the elements out here.
And Sean Payton said that was partly because they want the guys really focused when they're doing the walkthrough. So they don't want, them dealing with the fans and the distractions. So he said, that might continue. But as you were saying, day 2 of pads, but day 3 of the Tre'Quan Smith show. For the past 3 days, this guy has, been one of the best players on the field. He skied for one. I wouldn't call it a catch. The defense was saying he had 1 foot out of bounds, but either way, he made a really impressive leaping grab at the end of practice. A few other plays where he just got wide open. And, obviously you're always looking in training camp for someone to stand out. And he's got a long way to go before the season starts. But definitely for right now, as the Saints look for someone who can help them with their third down woes, which is really the one issue on offense last year, he's looking like he could be that guy.
So much so that even if it wasn't a catch, Drew Brees went over to him after the play, ran down the field. It was the final day of today's play of today's practice, and Drew was fired up to see the youngster go up and get it. Now, actually, we've been talking a lot about the wide receiver race, and Trayvon Durrell went down with an injury today. We don't know how serious it is, but if someone like him goes down, it possibly opens a door for maybe another youngster to come in, and that competition is wide open outside of, say, the top 3, and Tre'Quan Smith is starting to make noise there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think Tre'Quan, as a third-round pick, he's got a pretty good chance of making the team. So, there's like a handful of guys that are really competing for 1 or 2 spots, behind Mike Thomas, Ted Ginn, Cam Meredith, and probably Tre'Quan. But, there's lots of other good competitions. The running backs, I've been curious to see how they're deploying them, because part of the issue for the Saints is preparing Mark Ingram while also knowing that he's going to miss games, so you got to divvy up the load. And we're seeing a lot of Shane Vereen getting work with the ones, a lot of Terrence West, Boston Scott. Boston Scott had a great play today. He burned right by Ken Crawley on a go route. I don't know if Ken Crawley was expecting that to happen. Obviously now that he's seen it, he'll be ready next time. But either way, someone is going to be getting work in that backfield besides Alvin Kamara, and the Saints just want to give everyone a chance.
Absolutely. So check out all of our coverage of all things Saints at NOLA.com and in our printed editions of the Times-Picayune. Day 5 of training camp will be Monday. Then the Saints will have a break on Tuesday and then come back on Wednesday. So for Josh Katzenstein, I'm Larry Holder. Thanks for joining us.